Hello, welcome to Chris's beer reviews. As usual, I hope you're doing really well. It's time for a beer review, and it's about time that this beast arrived back on the table, the Phillips Perfect Draft. I've done a few videos with the Perfect Draft, and it was always in the backdrop on a lot of my videos, and then I moved it into another room, but it's back. And we're back with a beer review, and this one we're doing is Vocation Life and Death on the Perfect Draft. Vocation Life and Death used to be quite a staple in my fridge. It used to be one of my fridge fillers. Really used to enjoy Life and Death. However, I do believe that changed. I do believe the quality of it did drop ever so slightly, and it just seemed to be kind of coincided with when they changed all the artwork on their cans. I was never a big fan of the new artwork. I'm still not. I liked that old style. I thought it had something, it was quite unique, that old style. And yeah, I felt the quality of it did drop off. I did do a video comparing the old artwork can to the new can, and for me there was a difference in flavour, and that's when I felt it had dropped off, and I hadn't really bought it since. I didn't manage to upload that video because when I watched it back, something went wrong with the camera and it was zoomed so far in you couldn't even see me. Not that you probably want to, but you couldn't see the beer, you couldn't see anything. It was just very strange what happened to the camera. And they were the last two cans I had of like the original can and the newer style can, so obviously I didn't upload that one. So I've seen that Vocation Life and Death was out on the Perfect Draft this week, so I had to get a keg and see what it's all about. So that's what we're reviewing today. So let's crack on. Let's pour a beer. Let's get on with it. That's going to go over. Is it going to go over? I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can. That's a big head. That is a very big head. I've not had a head that size off any beer I've poured on the Perfect Draft. That is a big old head. There it is. Nice colour, nice carbonation. Sort of golden, light goldeny colour. But yeah, I've never managed to pour a head that big. Never. I'm not complaining. Doesn't bother me, but yeah, just might make the aromas maybe a little bit lighter because of that big thick head, but it's slowly moving up, isn't it? I used to see so many people, I've seen so many comments with the Perfect Draft, people saying they get a glass of foam and what have you, and they chill their glass and they wet the glass. I've never done that. I've never pulled a bit of beer through the line first and then quickly drunk that and poured it again. I've generally always just gone straight from the off. But yeah, it's not too bad, is it, to be fair? It's less than half a pint, but that will raise up. And I've had a really spicy pizza tonight, so I'm absolutely right in the mood for a Life and Death. So that head is lovely and foamy, almost creamy looking on the top. Let's see how this smells, shall we? It smells like Life and Death. It does smell good. Lots of tropical aromas going on, citrus aromas. Sweetness, there's a sweetness in the aroma as well. There's a delicate kind of pine on the aroma, but it's mainly all kind of tropical fruits and sweetness, sweet fruit, sweet stone fruits with a bit of grapefruit coming in on the citrus side. Smells glorious. Let's crack on and see how it tastes and push through this head. Cheers. Yeah, it's good. That is good. Yeah, that is good, as I've said. It's got a lovely bitterness to it. Really good bitterness. That bitterness is piney, slightly resinous, but what hits you first is the malt base to it kind of just whacks you first. You get a nice kind of malty hit, then those citrus flavours develop, those kind of tropical fruits develop, and then finishes with that lovely bitter pine on the back. But the sweetness also is there on that bitterness at the back, kind of just dulls that bitterness down a little bit, but it is very good. Good grapefruit, that kind of sits well with the malts. Then you've got kind of stone fruit sweetness. You don't get massive kind of flavours of stone fruit, but you know, if you bite into something like a nice juicy peach and you get that sweetness, that's what that has in it. It has that kind of, that type of sweetness to it. But it's mainly citrus, mainly grapefruit, some stone fruits. Big malt base, very big malt base to it. There is kind of a small amount of kind of lemon citrus to it, as well as that grapefruit citrus. Maybe the tiniest hint of orange citrus. But it does hit you first with that big malt kind of base. Then all those flavours come in, then it finishes lovely with that bitterness, but with an element of sweetness at the same time. Doing lots of dancing around with my hand, aren't I? That is very, very good on the perfect draft. That is good. I will enjoy this keg. It comes in at 6.5% ABV as well. Great mouthfeel. Even after it's long gone, you're still getting that bitterness on the back, and the slight sort of sweetness still sits kind of in the middle of your palate as well, even when it's gone. And this has gone really well after eating that spicy pizza I've had. Well, I've still got half of it left. That's gone really, really well with that pizza. That's very good. Very, very good. I like it. There is a but. I still don't think this is the original flavour of Vocation Life and Death. Maybe it's because I just got used to Life and Death. You know, maybe it just doesn't have that same impact as it used to when I first started having it. But I believe it's had a quality drop. And it's not a bad one by any means. It's not like the Brewdog and the Punk. Punk IPA is horrendous. This isn't horrendous. It's actually very, very good. But I do believe it's dropped off ever so slightly, but it's still a really good beer. And if you've got a PD and you're thinking about pulling the trigger and buying a keg of this, I'd highly recommend it. That's cracking. I'm going to pour myself another one. I'm all done. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Have a wonderful weekend. Cheers. Bye now.